Hey, what's up, everybody? It's The Amazing here, bringing a review. This time is the SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Brave Legacy Gamer Level 100. I know it's a mouthful, deal with it, right? Anyway, let's get into it. First and foremost, I want to start by saying plastic capes, man, they're played out. And the reason why I say this is because it makes a significantly really cool figure less cool because it's so daunting to deal with a plastic cape that hinders not only articulation but cool poses. So that's not a really good look, and this is killing me right now. So for those of you that are seen, reviewed, and stuff like that for Legacy Game 100, I'm going to talk about why I don't like it, but overall I still enjoy the figure, and why I'm going to mod it to have a cloth cape. So we'll see. But now, as far as the look goes, the marble look is really nice on Braid Level 100. As you can see here, it has a look of marble, a nice gold sheen to it, and it really doesn't hinder too much articulation, but just enough that it kind of just leaves you in like, you know what? So it's a little daunting. And the reason why is because on the shoulder pads right here, when you pull the arm out, it doesn't hinder it. But when it's in place, you kind of can't lift up, obviously, as you can see. So what you do is you pull out first, and then you rotate up. But as you can see here, this is the problem. Capes are in the way. So you can't even get an extending full articulation because how are you going to swing your sword if your cape is in the way? So that's one thing that really bothers me about this. It turns a really good figure into terrible trash. It does. This is one of those things where it looks very good, but functionality wise, it's just not well done. And it's a little upsetting because you have to understand, like, I was really excited for this, and now it's just like, it's ruined by cape engineering. Terrible, terrible cape engineering. Because you can see, you have the rotating the shoulders in and out. You can still rotate it all the way up, obviously, but your cape will be in the way. You still have waist articulation. It's very good ab crunch, both forward and backwards. The head can look up, it can look down left and right, but because of the way the design of the helmet is, you can't really look down all too well. It gets in the way of the chest. So you kind of can look sideways and look really mean-eyed at people, which it works in some photos, but not all the way. The arms are still double jointed, which is really cool. The leg articulation does not suffer at all. As you can see here, it's in and out sideways. There's still thigh rotation, still double jointed, still very good ankle pivot. So while the lower half is just fine, the entire upper half of this figure suffers in so many different flaws in the design. It's terrible. Being that this is a web shop, it's a little upsetting because usually you get the bang for your buck. So aesthetic wise, yeah, it looks cool, but without a cloth cape, you're actually going to do more hurt than you actually do with this figure. Mostly because, like I said, it's attached to the arms. And it's making it really back heavy with this back heavy cape here that doesn't even process all the way up. So it's really upsetting in so many different ways. Gotta say, I'm honestly very disappointed, and I really like this figure. I've taken some cool photos with it, but really disappointed in the fact that this cape articulation actually is a huge step back. Like, to add it to the arms is ridiculous. Then when you could have just added it to the back and it still would have been just as good. It wouldn't have hindered any of his articulation. Really upset by that. But let's talk about some other things. Real quick though. I will admit this, they've done a great job by the sword. Now originally the sword was two-sided where you can twist it around. Now it's actually two different pieces that you can twist around. It's one flame sword piece and one ice sword piece. So you actually don't have to worry about rotating it from side to side, being a half hot, half cold. It actually is two different pieces now. And I like that. I like that a lot. So I'm not going to knock that part. I think that was a great change to be made. But as far as the body-wise, they messed up horribly. As you can see, it comes with a hand-folding swords. You actually get two of those, one left, one right. You get two closed fists, one left, one right. You pretty much get all the same hands you got previously before. The open palms, your karate chopping hands or salute hands, whichever ones you want to call them. And you get the open signature hands. You know, that he can cut anything, things like that. Whichever way you want to do it, because you can do it multiple ways. But overall, good looking figure. As far as articulation goes, I'm really bummed out by it because that's a big deal for me. So getting my really cool Brave shots is kind of tedious, but I did get them. But it shouldn't have been that difficult, especially for a figure that is supposed to be designed to move around like a knight. Which, you know, knights didn't move all that well, but in the show, man, he moves smooth as hell. So I'm not too happy about that. Real quick, here's a comparison of him in his level 5 version. I'm going to do some Brave comparisons first before I do some other size comparisons. And here he is next to his level 2 version, which is by far one of my favorites. I just love his RPG gamer design. So as you can see, he looks cool in all three forms. It's just that his level 100 definitely took a hit in terms of design, so I'm not really happy with that. I believe a cloth cape will definitely change this around, so that's what I'm going to do. Get a cloth cape made. CJ, I'm looking at you. Where you at, dog? Where them cloth capes at, man? So that's that. Real quick, let's do a size comparison with other lines. Here he is next to a Marvel Legends Iron Fist. And Iron Fist, you'll have to excuse, his legs are really, really stiff. Well, not legs, but his ankles are really, really stiff. And as you can see, he's not towering over him, but he actually is really tall compared to Brave, like most Marvel Legends. Here he is next to an Kamen Rider Agito. And look, just like I said, the cape on the back made it very back heavy. So that's really annoying. Here he is next to Agito, looking pretty cool. Here he is next to a Synthetic Toys 112 Carbon. Really cool size comparison. And then last but not least, here he is next to, well, not last, an Articulated Icons Ninja. They're around a good size, so that way you can summon them as minions or just really cool ninjas to fight. Next up is a Mezco, which is Captain America, which as you can see, he looks pretty big compared to him. He got some height on him. It's not a good look for a short folk. But yeah, overall, am I happy with it? Yes. Am I really happy with it? No, because it could have been so much better as a figure if you just got rid of this terrible, terrible plastic cape design. It's something at this point, it is completely outdated. It is something where you could have just added fabric and it would have been really nice. I know people love the look of this figure. I do too. But I don't think that the articulation should have been sacrificed for it. Especially because you pretty much copied the design from your level 2 and your level 5. So yeah, didn't do a great job here. In the meantime, guys, hope you found this informative. I hope you enjoyed the photos at the end. In the meantime, please do good, be good, drink your water. Later.